I need you to understand that beauty will only open doors for a while, but it cannot keep it. And by itself alone, it cannot make you a powerful seductress in and out of bed. Being irresistible in and out of bed has nothing to do with your beauty, but everything to do with what happens before, during, and even after the intimacy. Let your pheromones hit his nostrils so that he knows that ovulation is taking a toll on you. Because a man who knows you're truly starving for him will feed you like his life depends on it. Try to experiment with every pressure, every speed to find out what makes him react. Pay detailed attention to his responses, to his body. That kind of full body worship turns him into a party because he will start to associate your hands, your mouth, your skin, your breath with pure pleasure, which will invariably make him eager for more every time that he's around you. And please make sure your breath is clean. Allow me say this one time, that I think that there is a quite misunderstanding about what makes a woman irresistible in and out of bed to a man. You see, many people assume that it begins with beauty or skills or your ability to excite a man's body by being the wildest that he has ever had in bed. But history tells a different story entirely. It proves to this day that the women who were remembered, the ones who influenced kings, poets, warriors, generals and their entire societies were rarely the most physically perfect women. In fact, they were women deeply flawed, but what they possessed was something far more difficult to describe. And in some ways, we modern women, we haven't fully yet grasped or cultivated it. These women of old, they understood attention, they understood timing and restraint. They knew that attraction grows the strongest where there is curiosity, and curiosity only survives when everything is not immediately revealed. Mystery. So if the goal is to be an irresistible woman in your time, then best believe that irresistible women do not rush to be admired. She allows admiration to happen and she speaks with intention. That type of woman doesn't listen with anxiety, and you will never catch her competing for validation. No way. Trust me, this only creates a rare feeling around her. One that is calm with intrigue. When she's around people, they feel seen, but yet they feel also deep down inside their hearts that there is something much more beneath the surface of this woman. And I tell you, that sense of discovery is very powerful because, listen, the sooner we understand that the human mind is naturally drawn towards what feels unfinished and invariably what invites imagination, the lesser we would feel the need to overindulge, to overperform, just to be liked by a man or by anyone. And when you as a woman, you understand this, you stop trying to impress anyone or any man, and that's the moment you begin to leave impressions instead. Throughout history, the women who held lasting impression, lasting influence, were almost never the loudest or the most openly provocative, because their appeal did not just come from how much they revealed, but from how much they understood. They understood people, they understood timing, they understood longing, and more importantly, they understood that desire grows in spaces where something remains unknown. Take, for instance, Madame de Pompadour. She lived in a world where beauty was common and easily replaced, yet all she had to do was that she found a way to remain unforgettable to a king who had endless options before him, not because she tried to outshine every other woman in the room, but because she made herself interesting beyond appearance. She cultivated conversations, art, ideas. She was all-rounded. In her presence, a man did not only feel attraction, he felt engagement, he felt stimulated, mentally stimulated, and understood. Listen, when a woman becomes associated with how alive a man feels in her company, she becomes difficult to forget by that man. And I want you to understand this part very, very clearly. I need you to understand that beauty will only open doors for a while, but it cannot keep it. And by itself alone, it cannot make you a powerful seductress in and out of bed, because it takes a lot more than that. It takes depth, and only depth makes a real man stay. Depth in how you think, depth in how you make him feel when he's around you, depth in conversation, in warmth, in the quiet confidence of a woman who is not trying to compete or perform just to be chosen. Depth in your ability to make him want to return. Not because he has had mind-blowing sex with you. He can have it with any other woman out there. But because being with you is an experience he craves over and over and over again. That is why most men can marry a trophy wife but still divorce or elope with a basic woman, leaving everyone confused entirely and wondering what men really want in women. And if you want to look at this scenario from the outside, it will never make sense to you. The fact is that people look at beauty as the final destination, when in reality, it is only the introduction. The only thing that beauty can do for you is that it can attract attention, it can create desire for a moment, it can make a man curious enough to come closer to you. But we all know that curiosity fades very quickly when there is nothing deeper to discover afterwards in you. This is why being irresistible in and out of bed has nothing to do with your beauty, but everything to do with what happens before, during, and even after the intimacy. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to give you my honest truth here, my darling. I need you to stop trying to be perfect for that man. That is not what makes you irresistible to any man or to that man. It is the feeling that being with you gives him something that cannot be easily replaced. A sense of ease, a sense of understanding, a sense of being able to exhale without being pressured. And when you carry that kind of depth, you stop just being attractive, but being memorable. And that's how you can be irresistible to him outside of the bedroom. Now let's dive into how you can be irresistible to a man in bed. And this is spicy. So I'm going to give you 10 solid practical ways that you can become truly irresistible in bed with that man of yours. You must just do the kind of things that make him want to lose his mind. Things that will make him replay the moments for days and crave coming back for more. So believe me when I tell you that you've got to be focused. You've got to have energy. You've got to have enthusiasm and your raw desire for that man rather than those planned, complicated bedmatics or acrobatics, right? Number one, show your wild and unfiltered enthusiasm. The truth is, men are drawn to a woman who shows up fully alive in her body, not forcefully putting on an act, not faking it, not shrinking herself to be ladylike. I tell you this for a fact that the secret sauce is simple but very powerful. It's all in the energy, enthusiasm, and your unapologetic want. When you bring these three things together, everything changes. He will not just want sex with you, he will want you. And this is how you make that magic work. First, let your hunger speak before your mouth even opens. Because nothing disarms a man more than knowing that you're genuinely craving him. And it's not a polite kind of interest in wanting him. It is not, we can do it if you want kind of interest. But I mean the kind of desire that makes your breath catch when he walks into the room. And how you show this is that you start by setting the tone early enough from when he gets home. All right? Don't just say hello when he walks into the house. You better walk right up to him. Place your hands on his chest and then you look up at him with eyes that says, I have missed you all day and I have definitely missed this. You trace your hands down between his thighs to indicate what you've missed and you let your fingers linger there. You feel his heartbeat. Then you slowly slide your hands up to his waist to pull him closer. He's going to react to your shenanigans or even smile at how feisty you're becoming. Now you smile like a seductress that you are, and then you look at him and let him see you bite the corner of your lower lip. And please make sure that you smell sweet and you look ravishing. Your skin is glistening. You're glowing in a dim apartment. You've set the atmosphere right. Now, as things are heating up, let your body language scream want, desire, raw desire, and wild hunger for him. Let your pheromones hit his nostrils so that he knows that ovulation is taking a toll on you. I'm just joking, but you understand the point. Baby, believe me when I say this is the time to press him against the wall fully so that you can tilt your head back for a deep kiss and let out a soft sigh that shows that you're already melting in his arms. And please let that sound be real and as authentic as possible, because we're not doing fake. Because you want to alert his sensory nervous system to align with yours. And then you whisper his name in that low, velvety tone that only comes out when you're turned on. Something like, I have been waiting to feel like this all day, to feel you all day. I have been running amok, waiting to feel your body next to mine because you're my antidote. Now, I tell you for a fact that that raw, honest appetite is a catnip to him because it makes him feel powerful, chosen, irresistible, and like he's the only thing that you need right now. And if you're too shy to pull this off, or you've never acted this way before in his presence, then practice this in front of a mirror if you need to, so that it feels more natural, and watch how his energy just shifts to match yours when you finally replicate what you pictured or what you practice in front of a mirror. Are you understanding me, girls? He will feel the fire and do everything to keep it burning, because a man who knows you're truly starving for him will feed you like his life depends on it. Number 2, if you want to remain irresistible to your man for a long time, now you have got to learn to claim the moment sometimes. Because too many of us women, we were raised to believe that the man always has to start it. He always has to lead while we follow. If not, we'll be thought to be, promiscuous. The man always has to decide. But when you take the initiative, you flip the entire dynamics. And men crave that. They're tired of having to always initiate it, because as with every other monotonous activities in their life, they lose their excitement and novelty, which are the two things that you need to keep the fire burning hot every time in the bedroom. So you could start by choosing a time when you both are relaxed, but he's not expecting it. And this could be maybe while watching a Netflix movie. You just turn to him, you take the remote out of his hands, and you just gently straddle, his laps without words. And you look into his eyes, you cup his face, and you say, I want you right now, babe. Then you lean in for a kiss that starts slow and then builds. But if you're in a bedroom, no wahala. If you guys are like the feisty couple with, a strip pole, put on a show. When you're taking off your clothes, don't take off your clothes too fast. Release them slowly, one by one, and make sure that your lingerie is on point, 10 over 10. We're not mismatching, We're not doing black and red. We're not doing purple and pink. We're not doing that. We're doing match. Purple, purple, red, red, black, black. In fact, if you're a fair person, make sure that you're putting on a black, sexy, lacy lingerie. Because men are what? Men are visual. So you want to take advantage. All right? You want to take advantage. So baby, you undress yourself first while holding his gaze. Then you reach out for his shirt. You pull it off. You guide his hands to any part of your body. Or on the flip side of the coin, here is another way that you can initiate. And that's by sending him a subtle signal earlier in the day. Because I believe that intimacy should start early during the daytime when he's working. That's when intimacy should start, so that the anticipation just builds. So if you're shy to initiate, you could just start by sending him subtle, signal during the day, like a text that says, "Be ready for me tonight." So that anticipation does what it builds. And that bold choice tells him that you're not just willing, but you're eager. You're choosing him. You're owning your desire. So you start small if you're shy. Maybe just initiate with a long hug that turns into more, but it builds up to full confidence for you. Listen, a man who feels desired like that doesn't just get turned on. He gets devoted because you have shown him you are in control of your pleasure, and he will start chasing you harder to keep earning that energy from you. Number 3, let your words become the softest, hottest touch that he's ever felt. Listen, you don't need to script any dirty talk or say anything that feels unnatural to be irresistible. Just speak what's true in a moment and say it close to his ears in that harsh, breathless voice that only comes out when you're aroused, and he knows it. As foreplay starts, try to lean in and whisper in his ears and say things like, "You have no idea what you do to me when you look at me like that." And then you follow it with a soft kiss on his ears. During the build-up, tell him, "I love the way your hands feels on my skin. It makes me shiver," while you're directing his hands to wherever you want him to touch. Trust me, at this point, things are already getting heated and intensifying. He would want to go straight into it. He would want to into it. And that's when you say, "Don't stop. You're making me feel so good right now." Or you could say, "I can't get enough of you, babe. You just know how to drive me crazy." Make it personal. Make it personal by just using his name. And reference something specific that you like "Your kisses drive me crazy, babes." I don't even know what name to use, but you know your man. And if you feel bolder, add a question like, "Do you know how much I want you?" That would draw him closer. Because when you tell him exactly how good he's making you feel, what you're doing to him is that you're feeding something deep inside of him. Because men rarely hear genuine praises in the bedroom. And they crave it from the women that they so desire. And it is part of the reasons why sex feels like an obligation with you, or a chore that he needs to accomplish or get over for the day. So we as women, we must practice saying these things out loud alone to ourselves to get comfortable. And then we replicate it when the time is right. And also remember to keep your tone warm and inviting. You're a woman. You should not be so loud. So when you're speaking those sweet words, you keep your tone really soft. Say those sweet nothings to him. When it comes from you, it should be soft, it should be sincere, it should be personal. You know why? Because it lands like a drug. And he would replay it like an addict over and over and over again for days, associating your voice with pure bliss. And then number 4, another way for you to remain irresistible in bed to a man is to look at him like he's the only man who has ever existed in your world. See, I have talked about, the power of eye contact during sex. Eye contact is one of the most intimate, vulnerable, powerful things that you can give during intimacy. So you start building this habit early, like during dinner or casual conversations that both of you are having. Hold his gaze a little longer to practice the intensity. And when your bodies are close together, when he's moving inside of you, thrusting you, when your skin is pressed against his, make sure to hold his gaze without darting out. Let him see the heat, the softness, the dark desire, the surrender, the strength in your eyes. And while you're holding his gaze, try to Try to give him small smiles or just slowly blink your eyes. Make sure that you're wearing lashes that day. Go and fix lashes. Go and meet your lash technician to fix lashes, the cat one, so that when you slowly blink and you look back at him, you're locking that eye contact. Hey, the guy is mad, as in like he's going crazy. You lock eyes with him. That half eyes is not full. You're not opening your eyes like this. You're locking it with that soft eyes. And you're biting your lips. Maybe even reach up and just touch his face to keep the connection alive while he's inside of you, doing the Lord's work. I know that eye contact can be very intense. Really, it can be. Even for someone that you're comfortable with, it can be really intense. So if it feels too intense at first for you, then all you need to do is just start with shorter movements during foreplay, like when you're kissing, you just look at him, or when you're undressing each other, just look at him. Make sure that you guys are locking eyes together and builds that tension, because that unbroken connection just makes everything feel more intense, more real, more emotional. It just strips away every distance between both of you and creates a bubble just for both of you. And trust me, he will feel completely seen and completely wanted, like you're sharing a secret only he gets to know about. That kind of intimacy is rare, and once he's tasted it with you, he will crave it again and again, because it makes him feel bonded to you on a level that words cannot touch. Number 5, touch his body like it is your favorite place in the world. See, some women have not yet learned how incredibly intoxicating the power of sensual touch is to a man. Touch matters more than most of us women realize. And it's not because of sex, but it's because of the connection. Now, when you touch a man with warmth, with a lot of calmness, and with intention, it communicates something words cannot. It tells him he is safe with you, he is seen by you, and ultimately he is wanted, desired by you. And that feeling stays in his mind even after the moment ends. When your touch feels natural and sincere, it becomes comforting. It becomes familiar, almost grounding for a man. And many people are drawn back to places where they feel that kind of ease. So don't limit yourself to the obvious spots that you think you know of your man. Explore him more. There are places that you don't know. Begin with light, teasing touches during the day to set the mood. You understand? It's just not, don't always touch him when it's time to have sex. Touch him during the daytime when you guys are having conversation. Raise your hand around his chest or his leg or his face. Be touchy. A man who loves you will love you touchy. Will love you touchy. All right? All right? Brush your finger around along his arms or his lower back when you're passing. And in the bedroom, when both of you are having a bath, just start slow by running your fingertips slowly down his spine while you're kissing him. Then trace, the line of his collar with your nails. Press your palms against his chest and just feel his heartbeat speed up. Then slide them down to the side or to his thighs or in between. You can scratch his back. That will build the movement. You can massage his shoulder to release the tension before pulling him closer. Kiss the side of his neck, the spot right beneath his ears, inside his wrist. Right? Alternate between soft and firm pressure to keep him guessing what you're on about. And in the case that you're taking charge, or in the case that you want to take charge, you're on top. You can use your hand to just pin him down or pin his 2 hands down while you're gently moving. Listen, ladies, let me tell you one secret that you don't know. During sex, when you touch him everywhere with curiosity, with reverence, you make that man feel like his entire body belongs to you and that you love owning it. So don't just touch him randomly. Touch him with intention. Try to experiment with every pressure, every speed to find out what makes him react. Pay detailed attention to his responses, to his body. That kind of full body worship turns him into a party, because he will start to associate your hands, your mouth, your skin, your breath with pure pleasure, which will invariably make him eager for more every time that he's around you. And please make sure your breath is clean. Number 6, let him watch you chase your own bliss. See, there is nothing more captivating than a woman who is actively pursuing her own pleasure. If you know what I mean. And the only way for you to pursue your pleasure is by first knowing your body. What gets you off quicker? What parts of your body is super sensitive to touch? How do you like to be touched, and with what do you like to be touched with? What pressure gets you there? Is it the fast one or the slow one? Is it hard or light? Now, you can only find that out when you practice alone, so that you understand what feels best for you. Because if you don't know what gets you off by yourself, how will the poor man know? Listen, the women who orgasm faster and numerous times, or have multiple orgasms, are women who have pursued their pleasure alone by themselves. And so they now can guide their men on how to achieve it without him guessing, or without them faking their orgasms, so as not to bruise their men's ego. So turn off that light, baby. Go into that duvet and play. Play, 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 play. Play. If you're uncomfortable playing by yourself, play by yourself in his presence. Let him be there watching you. And in the moment, move your hips in the rhythm that lights you up, lights your fire up. And as you are lighting up, adjust your movement, adjust your angle, adjust your speed as you go. Pay as you go, emptying. That's when you can now bring him in. You guide his hands exactly where you need it to be. Take his hands and place them gently, saying something like, right there feels amazing, baby. Just touch it. And when he touches it, let your breath escape. Let your eyes flutter closed for a second. When the sensation hits just right, then you open it again and look at him and share that moment. Remember, eye contact is what? Fire. So if you're self-loving on yourself while he's there, good. While he's watching, good. And don't just do it, but do it confidently while maintaining eye contact with him, or while kissing him. And when he sees you lost in the feeling, climbing towards that peak because of what you're doing and what he's also doing to himself, he becomes obsessed with being the reason you unravel, you explode. And please, in all you do, don't forget to communicate softly. Like, babe, that's perfect. Keep going. It just does something to him. It encourages him. See, the truth is, your pleasure isn't something that he has to guess at. It's something he gets to witness, something he gets to help create. And that makes him feel powerful and turned on in so many ways that he cannot even explain. So the more you own this, the more you own your pleasure, the more he will invest in making sure that you get there every time. Stop leaving him guessing. Number 7, to be irresistible to a man, you've got to learn how to lead every movement and respond with soft encouragement like, I love when you take over. And then the next time you take over, climb on top, set the tempo slow, then fast. And when you think that he's about to fall over the edge, you tell him not yet. You pause. When he's getting closer, you tell him, wait. You guide his hands to hold still, or you stay still. When you know that he has calmed down, you go back in again. But all of this can materialize and intensify if you start discussing lightly outside of the bedroom. You could tell him, I want to try leading tonight, babe, but make it playful. That beautiful back and forth between both of you just keeps the energy alive and unpredictable. It prevents things from feeling routine, right? He will never get to know which version of you he's going to get that night. And that mystery is incredibly addictive to men because it keeps their mind engaged and their desire fresh. Because variety wrapped in confidence will have any man anticipating every encounter like it's the first time they're having it with you. Number 8, you need to build anticipation long before the clothes come off. Take this to the bank when I say that desire is a slow fire. It's a slow burn. It is not like a light switch that you just turn off and turn on. So don't always rush to the finish line. Learn to relish the journey for a while. Let the foreplay marinate before you get to the business of the day. Because when you take your time during intense foreplay, the tendency for your climax to explode faster and for the sensation to heighten above the usual level is a lot higher and insanely intense. That is why edging induces mad sensation after climax, because the process was not rushed to the finish line. And this is what to do when you want to build sexual anticipation, right? Start in the morning with a lingering kiss that promises more later on in the night. And hold it a second longer. Look at him in the eyes with a smile that says, you know, more is coming later in the night. Send him a text message when he's at work by just saying, I can't stop thinking about tonight. Or something personal that happened, like, remember how you made me feel last night, right? Let's stop that. Assuming you guys are together and you're sending that message, he's in the parlor, you're sending that message from the bedroom. When you see him at the walkway, let your body just brush through him or brush against him in the hallway. You could wear something that he loves and, you know, give him that knowing smile across the dinner table. Or you could just, you know, raise your leg while you guys are eating. Just use your toes to just place in between his thighs. But don't let him choke. And then when he sees you, just smile. When he looks at you, just smile. Give him that knowing smile across the table. Another idea is that during the evening, you can just sit close to him on the couch. Let your legs just rest against his, and then you whisper compliments in his ears. By the time that you are alone with him, the tension has already skyrocketed. The room is already electrified with so much pheromones. The tension is already electric, making the eventual release feel explosive. And he will associate that rush with you and you alone. This step is just about layering small movements throughout the day. So try to practice incorporating one or two of the movements at first and then build. That slow burn, that slow simmer makes any man feel pursued, valued. It will invariably turn his everyday life into a foreplay. He will not be able to resist touching you. Number 9, we're about to finish up this. Be completely present. See, in a world full of distractions, presence is the ultimate gift. So put away your phone, turn it off or leave it in another room. Turn off the television and anything that would distract both of you. Forget the to-do list that is running in your head. Just be there. Focus on his breath on your neck. Notice how his muscles tense when you touch that certain part of his body. Listen to the way that his voice cracks when he says your name and respond in real time. If something feels good, let him know with a sigh, with a moan, or even with a touch. Just maintain that focus by breathing deeply and grounding yourself in the sensation that he is giving to you. See, when you're fully in the moment with him, he will feel like the only thing that matters in your world is him. And that kind of undivided attention is so rare because it becomes something that he craves like air. So if your mind wanders, please gently bring it back. Over time, this becomes natural and it deepens the connection when you're present, making him feel truly seen and desired and cherished by you. Number 10, finally, just linger in the afterglow. Leave echoes after sex. When the intensity fades, don't rush to separate. Stay close, lay your head on his chest, trace lazy circles on his skin with your finger, press off kisses along his shoulders or arms, whisper something real, like you made me feel so incredible, I feel satisfied, I came. There is no sweeter words than a man hearing his woman say, "You made me come. I had multiple orgasms," if you truly did. Don't always rush out to go and be cleaning. What are you cleaning? What are you cleaning? Stay there with the moist and everything. Stay there. You will clean after. Stay there. Let him hold you while you're breathing slowly together. While your legs are intertwined, while he's stroking your hair or you're stroking his. See, if you're up for it, share a light laugh about the sweet experience that you guys just had. Or just lay down comfortably in silence. See, those tender, quiet moments after are what turns a good night into a memory he carries for days. He wakes up thinking about you, smiling to himself, already counting down to the next time. Make this a ritual. End with a genuine compliment or a soft "thank you for that. I like what you did." It reinforces the bond. This step just seals the emotional connection, making him associate you with warmth and with satisfaction long term. Sisters, I need you to hear me and hear me real clearly, right? This isn't about changing who you are. It's about remembering who you've always been. You are allowed to want. You are allowed to take. You are allowed to feel powerful and soft and hungry and loved all at the same time. See, when you show up with that full radiant energy, you don't just have sex. You create an experience that man can never forget or find anywhere else. You become the woman that he can't stop thinking about, the one he moves mountains to keep, the one he looks at and thinks, "This is mine. She is all mine. And I am never letting go because I can't find this connection with just any other woman out there." And this is because you're authentic, you're real, you're not hiding anything, you're you. So tonight, look in the mirror and decide, I am done settling for lukewarm intimacy with any man. I am fight with my man, not with any kind of man. I am showing up fully, unapologetically, irresistibly me. And watch what happens when you do. That man won't just want you, he will need you. And you will finally get to feel the kind of passion that you've always desired as a young girl. I love you, baby. Now, go be that dangerous, most beautiful seductress. And don't you forget to buy my 2 books. They're very cheap, guys. Very cheap. The Woman Men Lose Control Over is just what, $7. Is on seller.com. I'll put it on my link in the description. I'll put a link in my description box. And I also have an erotica. It's a Nigerian erotica. Listen, when you read that book, especially the file attendant and his wife's sexcapades, you will run wild. You will run. The way I finished, especially when she was giving the man head, the way I finished that book, guys, you guys are sleeping on me. Oh. Go and read that erotica, Memoirs of His Scalpel. Listen, when you read that book to the end, even from the beginning, the spice starts from the beginning to the end. I did not waste time writing scenarios. I was teaching, in that book, I'm teaching you how to, you know. So you better go and buy that book. Description is in my box. Link is in my description box. All right. Until I come your way, know that I love you and God loves you best. Mwah. Bye.